welcome to the series. Today you're going to be learning about, and I'm going to show you how it looks as a small plant. So let's get started and get on with the tour. Okay, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm showing you my cotton plant. I've got 4 cotton plants. This one, the birds, or it must have just flown here. I'll show you where the main one is, and it started growing, and I thought I would keep it here because it does grow quite tall. I guess you keep it manageable. It does grow quite tall, but I'm just keeping this one so that as it grows I can just chop and drop. So drop it in place and nourish the soil. So that's what I've been doing. And I have to cut it back sort of like once a week because it seems to grow very quickly. I've not had any flowers come out yet, probably because I'm cutting it before there's been a chance for flowers to come out. But it produces cotton. You see, it's a cotton plant or tree. Let me show you the main one. So this is the main tree, and I've cut it back quite a bit, and where I haven't cut, it's growing really tall, but what I'm trying to do is just keep it at a kind of a manageable size. We've got some cotton pods. I don't know if that's what you call them. The flowers are here. Whether I can zoom in so that you can see the flower. The flowers are so pretty, and we've got one coming out just here. They're kind of a yellow with a splash of pink at the end. So after the flowers have formed, I think it's after the flowers are formed. Look, you've got another one just there. Just there. It is so pretty. It's not focusing. There we go. But the flowers seem to drop off from what I can gather. And I don't know whether that's the flower. I can't remember what's happening. I'm sorry about this. Anyway, the flower drops. Either the flower drops off and these form, or these form. It's got the flower in, and then you get the cotton. Now I think the flower comes first. It's pollinated, and then you get this. Yeah. You can correct me if I'm wrong if you know about them. And then what happens is once this opens out, you get the cotton, and it's white. Now I've had to treat this cotton plant because, you know, we've got leaf damage where some sort of insect has been. So my prime kind of focus around this area is to nourish the soil again, and just you know, make sure that it gets what it needs. I love the branches. The branches are smooth. Actually, that doesn't feel smooth, but it looks smooth. And so what I will do is allow it to grow to a certain size and then cut the branches and use the wood. You know, obviously, this one broke off. Yeah, so what I do is cut back, and then I can see what projects in my studio I can use the wood. And that's the other great thing about the creativity side of gardening, that a lot of the things we use out in the garden, we can actually use it in the studio. So some leaves and some plants have dyes. You know, the leaves can be used as dyes and things like that. Look, there's one, so you can see inside. So there's like pink. See if we can get you closer. Pink at the end, and then you've got this lovely red right down there. And I guess that's to attract the insects to come and, you know, do their thing. But it's also surrounded by this vine, which seems to, I've been trying to cut it back and pull it back, but it's from next door. It's kind of just growing wild. But yeah, that's the cotton plant, and I've got another nice one. Okay, so this is my other cotton plant. I've allowed it to grow a little bit bigger until I decide what I want to do in this area, but I want it to remain here. And it's also good to be able to see you know, how it grows and what else is growing, and then also get whatever cotton, before the bugs get them, whatever cotton comes off the plant. So we can see the flower a bit better here. And so what you have inside is, you know, this red colour that is attractive to the bees or whatever animal, and they go down in there and then do their thing and pollinate the plant. So this has got a lot of these things coming out. Yeah, so that houses the flower and then it produces the cotton. So it's got a lot of flowers coming out. So that's why I've left it, to kind of really see, you know, how much. Hi, Evelyn.
Sorry if I jumped you.
That's okay, right. So we have got quite a few flowers. I want you to see that side. Yeah. We've got a few buds coming out, so that's really good. And then the other thing I just have to be mindful of, again, this one has got some leaf damage. So there's some pests, you know, obviously all plants have pests. If it's not being nourished well enough from the soil, it's gonna, you know, compromise the plant itself. So that's what you're having. That's what you're having happen. Yeah. So this is it. So I'm gonna deal with that, and then obviously be able to harvest some really nice cotton. And you know, I'd love to be able to show you what you can do with it in the studio. So thank you for joining me. I hope that's hopefully that's been informative, and you've been able to, you know, see just a glimpse of, you know, one of the plants in my garden today. And I look forward to sharing more with you tomorrow. Take care.